Welcome to the kitchen table, the place where the jankiest budget decks battle it out in a gauntlet for bragging rights and most of all for your viewing pleasure. Predict the outcome of the matches and you might win a booster pack sent to you by our sponsor Card Market. The only thing you need to do is predict the winner of the next match. All info is in the description below the video. Today we have big monsters in the sky versus even bigger monsters in the ground. Dragons versus big worms. Let's see what the decks have in store for us. The dragon player will play some ramp with Dragon Lord's Servant, some spot removal with a card like Spit Flame and also a Dragon Tempest. Now of course we need to play big dragons like the Skargan Hellkite, Thundermaw Hellkite and Latlis the Dragon Queen. The Wurm deck is a combo deck with Transmogrify and Polymorph, transforming all our tokens like Forbidden Friendship for example into one gigantic huge worm, the Worldspine worm. We have 3 copies and we have some support with some planeswalkers and some card draw. An interesting matchup if you ask me. Let's see who takes it down. So here we go, dragons versus worms. Let's look at the hands. First we will look at the dragon player. I see 2 lands and some dragons, a rather slow hand, but also a slower hand on the side of the big worm player. So the start will be with the worms and it will be a mountain, no third land, just a desert. Back to the worms. And let's see, it's going to be an island. And now, maybe a signet. Or it's a cathartic reunion. So we'll discard 2 cards. And really interesting, Echo of Eons, the Time Twister is one of them. So this is now in the graveyard and can be played for 3 mana. No Transmogrify, no Polymorph in the draw. But the Echo of Eons is ready to get flashbacked. Back to the dragons now. No land. Dragon Tempest will be the play. All creatures with flying get haste and whenever a dragon enters the battlefield under your control, it deals X damage to target creature or player, where X is the number of dragons you control. Some tokens were drawn for the worm player meanwhile. And let's see what is going to happen now on the side of the big worm player. Still no Polymorph, but we will be looking into our library in a frantic way. Drawing 2 cards, discarding 2 cards and then untapping up to 3 lands. So we'll discard the copy spell, we discard the goblin slide, we keep some mountains. And I see also a signet and that's played right now. The Izzet signet, really handy for the mana fixing. And I think that will be it. We'll head back to the dragon player. Oh, still no land, but a dragon servant to ramp up the dragons a little bit. They are stumbling a little bit, but the worm player sees this and she will prohibit the goblin to enter the battlefield. So the worm player really capitalizing on the stumbling of mana on the side of the dragon player. And now another land is played. A Forbidden Friendship was the draw, another token creator. And back to the dragon player. No land drawn. Aww. Stuck on 2 mana. And at the end step of the dragon's player's turn, the worm player will play a goblin wizardry. this will mean we'll have some goblin tokens with prowess enter the battlefield. So now we head back to the big Wurm. The draw is a Wurm, so that's not really useful. I think we're going to see some tokens being played. 2 mana for the Forbidden Friendship, a dinosaur token with haste and a human token. So Forbidden Friendship also triggers prowess. And we're going to see the first damage being dealt. That will be 4 and 5 damage because the dinosaur has haste. So 5 damage with the tokens and 15 to 20 are the life totals. Now we're going to see a Echo of Eons being played with flashback. And the dragon player is making a small mistake. He could have played his removal spell. Can still play it now because he drew it again. And Polymorph is also one of the cards in the hand of the Wurm player. Draconic Roar is the card I was talking about. Small mistake. Will this matter in the long run? We will see at the end of this match. A land has been played, but the dragon player is taking it slow. He is cautious. He is trying to play around the Polymorph or the Transmogrify. And here is the Polymorph targeting the human. But here in response, fire in the hole! A Draconic Roar on the human, so the Polymorph spell doesn't resolve because there was no target. And here is Goblin Slide, so double prowess triggers.
Hello.
Meaning 7 damage. A little bit of sun on the life totals of the dragon, but 8 to 17. Another dragon drawn, and here is the opportunistic dragon. With haste because of the Dragon Tempest, and it can also deal 1 damage, and that will probably be dealt to the dinosaur. Because the opportunistic dragon can't target a human or an artifact, and an immediate attack putting the Wurm player on 13. And this is how fast it can go. 8 to 13. Now, let's see what will be the play. We see another Polymorph in the hand of the big Wurm player. And now the dragon player is tapped out. So this is an opportunity. There we go, Polymorph.
Alright.
Targeting the goblin that is created by the Goblin Slide. So we'll have a Wurm coming up because there are 2 more Wurms in the library. There we go. There is the big Worldspine Wurm. It's a 15/15 trample. Yeah. And apparently that's not enough. Tapping some mana now for a quasi-duplicate. That means we'll have 2 Wurms. 2 15/15 trampling Wurms. And prowess is triggered twice, so putting the dragon player on 2. And now 5 mana for Dragonland. That's probably a good amount. And the dragons have haste. With the Dragon Tempest, could there be a lethal attack from the dragon side? 5 mana is being tapped. It's a Skargan Hellkite with Riot, so it gets 1 counter. Tempest triggers, 2 damage is being dealt, but it's not enough. Only 11 damage in total, and oh, it's going to sting because we missed a Draconic Roar after the Echo of Eons. And now the Wurm is capitalizing, killing the dragon player.
Knockout.
So the big Wurm deck will head into the semi-finals, and there it will play against the winner of the match between insects and dogs. Predict the winner of the next match in the comments and check out the deck decks below. And of course, always keep it casual. See you next time. Bye.